Welcome to the Inspiring You Show. I'm Henry, and this, my friends, is a vibrational experience, a remembering of the truth of who we are. Content is light and coded to assist you on your journey if yours to receive for your highest good. Welcome, my friends, and welcome to the April 2024 Energy Forecast. This month, a few themes are emerging, including the themes progression and resolution. Although seemingly contradictory, they both play significant roles and will impact you at various levels. So let's unpack it. The theme resolution primarily revolves around the ongoing events influenced by the initial eclipse of last month. So, any concerns you're dealing with as this month starts, if there's any kind of feelings of something being unresolved or making you feel like it's need to push forward, it could be shaped by this resolution theme or this finalization theme that is coming in. And also, on the other hand, it could also be being called for some sort of progression. So, on the other hand, if you're already navigating towards a significant shift or change, or if you've let go of something substantial in your life, making yourself ready to move forward. You're likely being influenced more by the theme progression. And it's probable that you might experience both as you tread through the coming weeks. So, letting yourself really adopt that growth wise mindset to support you incorporating a disciplined approach of not dwelling on the past or getting overly fixated on previous disappointments, releases, alterations, distress, loss, failure, and anything else that might belong truly in the past and beyond your current influence. And if something is coming up, making sure you're using your tools, your mindfulness, Reiki tools, your mindfulness tools, your self realization tools to process any kind of thoughts, stories, emotions, downloading the wisdom, completing the emotions when you're ready, and then allowing yourself truly to come into completion to move forward in progression. So, to make the most of the influences this month offers, you'll need to see this period as more than just a chapter, more than a new chapter per se, rather, an entire new volume of your life's tale. So, you want to see it more than a new chapter, really seeing it as a new volume of your life's tale. And this implies cultivating a willingness to put a firm closure to the old volume and design a fresh table of contents for the new. So the revised table of contents really outlines your fresh aspirations, your new intentions, rather than the redundant intentions or the redundant aspirations that you've been cycling through year after year. So, really letting yourself take time to write new intentions because this marks a novel era, deserving of recognition as a beneficial gateway to an entirely new way of navigating your current existence. As you shape your intentions, avoid parroting the old requests in the same worn out manner. Instead, let yourself inject creativity, novelty, originality from this present moment as you ponder on how you are wanting to create or what you want in your life right now. Let yourself cater to your needs, your heart's desires, to let yourself really dream and then allowing yourself to actualize your dreams. And then with this, allowing yourself to plan for your future. Any resolutions will remain illusory if you continue to dwell in the past, because then you could get marooned in the seas of regret, fury, and disappointment. So, playing the victim, friends, doesn't empower you and it doesn't support you in terms of your intentions. And it doesn't also facilitate future plannings. It could keep you getting caught in non beneficial patterns and programs. So, if you catch yourself in this position, inspect all the options. And then with that, let yourself make more assertive moves in a beneficial, inspiring, loving kindness, compassionate way that supports you in terms of changing direction if you need to, and then getting a look ahead instead of sinking deeper into the past. So, really allowing yourself to let the past be the past, to let yourself move forward in this present moment towards the future. Typically, such a choice will necessitate relinquishing something and modifying an entrenched attitude, belief, or pattern. So make sure to use those self-realization tools, friends. So at the beginning of this month, we are set to experience a really powerful new moon coupled with a total solar eclipse. This celestial event is one of the most intense of the year and is bound to bring in significant transformations. The question isn't if it will exert influence, but how you'll respond to the transformative energy it brings. For some, this may manifest as subtle changes in perceptions, attitudes, and goals. For others, it could trigger more dramatic shifts in tangible, inspiring actions and paths. Instead of attempting to control the results, stay tuned in to how events are unfolding. Trust the process, my friends, knowing that it's steering you in the right direction, even if the end game isn't immediately visible. Embracing, my friends, the very essence of forward thinking involves asserting your inner strength and embracing your authenticity. This is central to formulating intentions grounded in your light truth, your authentic truth. This process might demand a degree of discipline. The resolve is then for you to then let go of and to reject anything that mismatches your instincts, and acknowledging then that individual light truths, authentic truths, and viewpoints in life can support you in your manifestations and the unfolding. With this, learning to be in that mindful mindset, remaining in that neutral space is fundamental as you disengage from any ties that could pull you back to what's behind. So bear in mind, though, that the past reconfigures itself energetically, influenced by your future oriented focus. Because remember, everything is energy, right? And you can't amend the past by staying stuck in it. The true power in it is in the now. And you have the ability then in this now moment to bring in that freedom, to turn your gaze, to really let yourself look at the past and let go of anything that's holding you back from moving forward. And then with that, being in the present, to allow yourself to shift into that space that is calling you to be. So this never means dismissing any wisdom that past lessons may have brought you or past experiences. On the contrary, it puts you in a position where you can clearly perceive your destiny and walk the most beneficial path as it opens up. So be prepared for surprises along this path, and also stay mindful, stay vigilant, keep your eyes wide open and pay keen attention. So, with this, my friends, this month will bring clarity, purpose, and positive transformation if you are really allowing it. And remember, it's your choice. You call to you what you want for your highest good. So, the next theme is then with this, embracing the journey, which goes right along with what we're talking about, shining bright even when there's challenges. No matter your path, friends, remember this. You hold the power to navigate these transformative moments with courage and grace. Courage and grace. So let's choose resilience and grace, respond with unwavering courage, and keep your inner light ablaze, even when adversity knocks at our door. So, what's interesting about this theme is that the last week or so, I have heard the word grace more times than I've heard in the past. And that's also a sign where I know it is a theme coming in when I just start to hear the word again and again and again and again. I can't tell you, just today in several text messages, the word grace popped up, which I don't know, you know, the weeks before, I did not see the word grace as much. So it's just really fascinating how, when we are in a new energy of the month, how collectively, without even realizing it, people are already attuned to the themes of the month, and whether they're consciously aware of it or not, they're definitely in flow with it, which is why understanding how the cosmic energies are possibly connecting with the collective and with the individual. It will also just support you in bringing in just the marvel of it all and how really connected we are. So, with this though, in life, friends, we all do face challenges and face changes that can leave us feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. So, here are some reflection questions for this month. How do you respond when faced with immense inner and outer pressure? How does your body support in giving you the information on where you are in an experience of reality? Do you shrink away, becoming quieter and smaller, inhaling less oxygen and inhaling less oxygen and less replenishing energy with each breath? Do you retaliate, resisting the overwhelming pressure, draining your energy reserves? Perhaps you opt to suppress your light, your luminosity, your strength, and your unique spark by giving in to anxiety or dawdling. What do you do? So check in to see which method represents your current approach as we all strive to navigate these transformative and demanding times. Because with that, once you understand what you may be doing, if your body needs support, you can bring in the tools to help you, to support you in possibly clearing a non-beneficial defense mechanism that may have been beneficial at some time, but now it may not be. So check in to see and reflect to support yourself in clearing any patterns that are ready to come to completion, so that way you can start this new chapter, this new moving into this progression and really bringing in resolution to old patterns that are no longer supporting you. So, as we move into the space between the spring equinox and the summer solstice, we are greeted with two eclipses that will add to the already energetic atmosphere. So, really letting us embrace this transition. And at this time, we are transitioned energetically, if you want to look at it in terms of energetically, in the connection to a color. We are transitioning from last month, which is March, from the rich plum red vibration, and we are moving into this month to a deep ocean blue vibration in April. So, with that, we are celebrating the beauty of this new beginning. So, the depth of this vibration will feel both fast and profound, asking us to not only be the wave, but also the ocean as well. You may feel the vast tendrils of watery connection with all of the cosmos moving through your consciousness, your dreams of your life. Each of us is made of water. And when this kind of cosmic energy moves so strongly within and around us, it reminds us that we are always and intimately interconnected. There's an interconnectiveness. And this may well show up as a feeling of pressure in your life as you are stretched to comprehend more, bring in more consciousness, to expand more about everything, more about your life, more about the world, more about how we're in this coexisting experience. So the powerful resonance of the upcoming shifts may seem both rapid and impactful, urging us to embody not just the ripple, but the immensity of the sea, of the ocean itself. So it's really learning how to embrace the cosmic waves, being in this mindful journey. So this might stir within you that profound sense of interconnectedness with the entire universe. With this, it could be mirrored in your thoughts, in your dreams, in your everyday life. So bring curiosity in, that open, wise growth mindset, because as the tides of change approach, they may surge with rapid force, inviting us to be more than mere ripples. Imagine the vast sea, the vast ocean, the universe within you. Just as we are composed of water, these swift surges of cosmic energies pulsating around us, through us, are reminders of our perpetual and intimate interconnectedness. This could manifest, as I mentioned, as a feeling of pressure, pushing you to stretch your understanding to new horizons, an understanding of your life, the world, the intricate way they interweave. And in this cosmic dance, once again, it could come through your thoughts, your emotions, your dreams, your daily existence mirror, this interconnectedness of all things. Like water molecules, we resonate with these swift cosmic energies. They nudge us, urging us to stretch our understanding beyond familiar shores. And as pressures build, we can glimpse new horizons, the intricate weave of life in the world. So let yourself know that if it feels uncomfortable, that could be a growth point where the pressure is building and you're being called in terms of your growth. And with that, in terms of your growth, there might be something coming to an end, to a completion, for a new, something's coming to resolution. So that way, then you can have that moment of being able to progress, letting yourself progress, because that is what's being called for. So letting yourself then use any tools you need. If you're feeling any kind of discomfort or uncomfortable in this process of growth, use those mindful Reiki tools or any other tools that call to you. So the energy in April is poised to ignite a passionate, investigative inquisitiveness within you, a curiosity, this inspiring investigative spirit. A kind of curiosity is specifically tied to how you tackle issues of tense relationships, frictions, and conflicts, no matter where they show up in your day-to-day life. These flashpoints might crop up in personal interactions, societal or political complexities, or deeply ingrained self-view patterns about your personal value, your own worth, or life's purpose. So with this, we're being called then again into navigating this epic of transformation, embracing healing in light. And we're finding ourselves in this experience of change, this cosmic shift, which in some ways, it could also feel like we are in a tempest, a storm of transformation. Often storms can stir unease, evoke fear or trepidation, anxiety, and indeed our current journey may carry that weight, some days more than others, but we really want to shift our perspective. Shift our perspective. Our individual lives can ripple with this energy, each wave affecting us uniquely. Yet change isn't merely chaos. It can be a psychological cleanse for individual, for ancestral lineages, for global release of pent-up tension, being called to be cleared, and allowing healing and light to come in. So let yourself perceive the storm differently, from different angles, letting yourself glimpse the storm. Some days we may be tossed by fear. Others we are in insight and grounding in the wisdom and the expansion, the light expansion and the consciousness. And just let us remember that the entire globe is undergoing and sailing in this sea of transformation. And letting yourself bring this in and knowing this can offer solace when feeling unsettled. And bringing in that perception and understanding that the storm's dual nature. Imagine it not only as turbulence, but also as an energy, a force that clears and reshapes. Atmospheric pressure releases, making way for change. This storm of transformation has two faces, and we may, in our human experience, vacillate between them. But knowing it's for the highest good, because something is clearing, something is coming to completion, something is coming to resolution, so you can move forward in your progression. There might be old patterns, programs, non-beneficial beliefs, limited beliefs that are being called to be cleared. And there might be moments where you're in that experience of some fear. The world spins and our sensitive humans tremble. Logic wavers. Grounding seems to elude us. And when we're in that chaos, let yourself remember to use the tools. Use the tools and understand that this is part of a global storm that's happening. But it doesn't mean that you're powerless. It doesn't mean you are powerless or that there's hopelessness in it. It just means that remember the truth of who you are. Use your tools. Use your tools to clear anything that's non-beneficial coming up. Reground, realign, and then when you're ready, let yourself shift. And if there's any kind of insight that needs to be downloaded, any wisdom, let yourself download that, knowing that you can always re-anchor, reconnect to your grounding point. And also understanding that any emotion that's coming in can bring in wisdom, or if it's coming up, bringing in wisdom to download. And then with this, also know that the storm's dual nature, the other side of it is healing, the healing breeze, the healing breeze. So letting yourself be in the healing. And so with this, it might feel like you're in a world of extremes, dark versus light, the cosmic tug of war, globally and personally. But with it, let yourself go within. Let yourself be in the healing. Let the healing unfold and seek balance and groundedness and alignment. Go within. Seek balance. Explore diverse perspectives to support you. Amid the extremes, find your compass. Go within and find your compass. You are part of this beneficial, grand narrative, a witness, a participant. How your soul light is able to shine through. You are a crucial part of this transformation. So here's just some tips for navigating. Breathe. Inhale clarity. Exhale confusion. Remember to ground. Imagine your roots anchoring you. Seek light. When you're amid extremes, find your inner sunbeam. So if you're in any kind of extremes, go within, seek light, find your inner sunbeam, find your light. Listen to your inner higher self, to the whispers that are beyond fear, that are coming from the energy of love to support you. Go within and to listen to the whispers and remember that you're part of this grand transformation. Remember the truth of who you are. And remember that we're in April's oceanic blue, which at times can be enchanting, striking, and abundant. So let yourself dive in and use the tools to support yourself. And the next theme is, in this transformation, we are nurturing the emergence, not only of our individual rebirth, but also our role in global rebirth. So let's not forget one of the key themes in 2024 is to bring forth nurturing the emergence of our role in global rebirth. So friends, we are at a turning point where the bedrock of our global society is both collapsing and reconstructing simultaneously. And each one plays a pivotal role in giving birth to this new world. This transformation is the outcome of deep-seated emergence, vast with unmeasured potential, and this process is already underway. The invitation this year is for us to become deeply interested in how we pay respects to the letting go of outdated methods, entrenched imbalances, and prevailing inequities or inequalities. So the question is, how can we utilize our rich spiritual resources when things are being called to be cleared, when there are archaic practices that are being called to be completed, and with it then allowing us to progress? So how can we utilize our beneficial resources of truly letting go of archaic practices and cultures, offering comfort and kindness to guide ourselves and each other through this transition. Because progression is being called for. Transformation and progression. Putting the past in the past. It doesn't mean that we're not going to bring wisdom with us, but it's allowing us to bring the wisdom and then letting the past be in the past to let us be in the present to move forward into progression. So with this, it's about nurturing your courage, your bravery, nurturing your optimism, allowing your light, your luminous soul to illuminate every notion, every utterance, every step you take. Now is the moment to observe your own sacred presence in everything that is on the horizon, because your light matters in this world, because you are part of this greater transformation happening. So with that, then, there is an individual rebirth happening and then our role in global rebirth. So letting us remember that we are an individual experience in this collective experience. So nurturing your courage, your optimism, and using your tools and remembering that your light matters. So with that, let's connect into understanding how this is happening for your human. So there could be an impact on your physical, mental, and emotional bodies. And these for April are the areas that may be affected in the shifting pressures this month. It could be your solar plexus, your bladder, your nervous system, your diaphragm. So April's impact on your well-being may be this. As April unfolds, pay attention to the symphony of your being, the mental, the physical, the emotional notes that are playing within you. Physical resonance, your soul, your solar plexus, the sun center may tighten. It's a nudge to reassess. And the reflection question is ask, who am I beneath these masks? Am I living my truth? What do I hide from the world? How can I illuminate it with courage and authenticity? And then the mental echoes, thoughts dance like fireflies. Capture them, examine their glow. Are they true? Are they kind? Let clarity be your lantern. The emotional currents. Emotions surge this month. A tide within. This is the ocean. So emotions may surge this month. A tide within. Dive into their depths. What do these emotions reveal? What longs to surface? Honor your feelings. They are compasses. April whispers, observe, inquire, and let your light shine. So the next theme with that is then embracing that cosmic tug of war, light and healing on a whole nother level. As our world teeters on the edge of extremes and escalating state, we gradually acclimate to the cosmic dichotomy, dark versus light, plays out globally and mirrors our personal journeys. Within us, shadows may stir, old wounds may resurface, and behavioral patterns may demand confrontation to heal and bring in reformation, or as we mentioned in the beginning, in terms of what is being called for, that completion, that resolution to allow you to move forward, to progress. See how they all these themes interplay and interconnect. So with it then, you may have to look at what is happening within. Is there anything within where you feel like you're in a struggle with? Perhaps you're assisting yourself. Maybe you're in the thick of it in terms of a battle within or at your doorstep. Or maybe you're supporting someone else navigating their own inner war. There are moments when your reactions and responses surprise or may disappoint you. Later, as you step back, recognizing if there's any non-beneficial aspects, any non-beneficial in terms of ego, or if there's any even disappointment or sadness or anger, whatever it is that could be flaring up, Reflection becomes your compass. And remember, it's not right, wrong, good, or bad. There's an isness. And whatever happened, letting yourself bring in the mindfulness and the self-realization tools to process the experience, to download the wisdom, to complete the process of the emotions. And then when you're ready, letting yourself clear any non-beneficial energies, frequencies, and then letting yourself shift when you're ready. And with this comes then the amplified energy. With it, amplification in many ways, with the energies coming in, just may be heightened and may also heighten the stakes. But just remember, no matter what, if it's on the outside of you, whether it's individual, collective, or from the global, whatever it is, inside of you lies remarkable power, the ability to always connect and radiate love, light, and compassion, mindfulness. And in challenging times, this inner beacon matters most. So just remembering then, there are healing on two fronts happening. There's healing for both personally and globally, personal, individual, as well as collective. And that even in struggle, growth can happen. Ancestral healing, a reoccurring theme, also weaves through our collective narrative. And it's the same thing, even within this, light can come in and there is healing. So acknowledging these things and then allowing yourself to be in this cosmic shift. Antiquated consciousness grapples with the future, a consciousness attuned to our cosmic role. So as norms shift, there might be resistance that brews, and with it, there might be some familiarity that is tugging, but so does curiosity. And so letting yourself then, understanding that you might be in the dance of transformation and bringing in tools to support yourself. So then navigating this transformation in this ever-evolving landscape of existence, we often find ourselves grappling with displacement and confusion. These shifts can trigger a sense of insecurity rooted in our instinctive desire to cling to the familiar. But what happens when we encounter extremes? Picture a vast terrain of uncertainty, an unsettling lack of safety, an ambiguity about the road ahead. When faced with such moments, I invite you to use your mindfulness, your energy healing tools. I invite you to use self-realization. I invite you to pause, 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 and then go into any emotions that are coming up. Trace their origins back to your past experiences. Remember that every generation has weathered its own storms, surmounted unique challenges, and harbored fears about the state of the world. Let yourself go inward and focus inward. From this place of light authenticity, you can influence your immediate surroundings. That is what you can do. You can influence your immediate surroundings. Imagine a discussion with your inner team, a reminder to focus on your postal code, your neighborhood. So when the world feels overwhelming, convoluted, or impossible to navigate, ground yourself in your personal space, your home, your neighborhood, your local community, your zip code. They become anchors of being able to manage during this overarching upheaval time. But there's more. Extreme situations can carry energy, a galvanizing force. They're not merely challenges flung at us, they can be crucibles for transformation. And within this tumultuous aspects, this is really where you can allow yourself to rise into your own true, authentic light power. You discover your true, authentic light essence, owning it fully. It may seem like stability may elude you, but it's not true. Its potential, stability lies within. Letting yourself reground, realign, embracing the possibility of uncovering your inner strength, assuming control over connecting to your inner light, your personal, true, authentic power. So as April unfolds, remembering you're both the alchemist and the vessel, shaping your destiny in the cosmic dance of change for the highest good. The next theme has to do with something that I mentioned in March that's a carryover. So in March, I emphasized the significant role of self-trust, which was poised to play. And so with this, my friends, when we're in this type of experience that it can seem increasingly extreme or polarized at times, it really requires anchoring into our own light, going inward. The management of these prevailing extremities is a multifaceted game, unique to each individual, and it really is about you going within and anchoring to your light to stay stable. Because when faced with energies we may not actively seek, because things are coming in not only from the cosmic energies, but also things are happening in the collective, it can at time in our individual experience indeed be daunting, if you will, but it's essential to remember, my friends, that you are an empowered creator, that you have tools, that you can support yourself, that you can connect into your light, that you can anchor even more so into self-trust. And also remember that we are all on our own journeys of growth and healing. We are all on our own experiences. All of us are undergoing shifts, defying age old ancestral patterns. So, should you find yourself in a tangible midst of these worldwide disparities, remain grounded and continue to stay poised, steadfast in the midst of this tumultuous tides, this ocean, the storm, if you will. And just remember your light. Go inward, and may your light guide you as you navigate the complexities of our ever changing world. Also, with that, my friends, just to mention, there is a huge clearing for the throat chakra. And I just was reminded of that because I just heard a clearing happening in my throat chakra as I just said that. And I was like, oh, there's a clearing happening. So, with this blue, this ocean blue that we are connected to in April, it's not just the solar plexus, but it's also the throat chakra. So, you may have heard it as well. And so, letting yourself know there's so much going on. We are multidimensional beings, and there is a lot happening. Okay, so also with this, there is just remembering the incredible aspect of the truth of who you are, the connection to your soul. Your soul. So let's dive into this experience and the significance of this theme of the navigating the intersection of the connection of the humanity, as well as remembering the truth of who you are in connection to your soul. So, this month, one of our themes centers around this profound concept that the soul is sovereign. And our souls, the essence of our being, are really paramount importance. Yet many of us may never have explicitly been taught that about the understanding of the souls during our formative years. And now in this era of rapid just technological advancement, it becomes even more crucial than ever to recognize our human souls, that we are light in physical form. Consider this: our ability to connect with one another, to support and uplift, emanates from the energy of our souls. As the world becomes increasingly intertwined with both this experience that we're in terms of even more technology, we just stand at a crossroads, and it's more important than ever to connect to our hearts and our souls, because what defines our humanity? What distinguishes us? So in this moment, some of us are deepening our connections to our souls even more. So perhaps you're becoming more attuned to yourself, to the ethers, to the energy that pulses around you. Maybe your intuition is awakening and your heart is expanding with loving kindness and compassion. Maybe when you're witnessing global events or observing your community, you feel compelled to take a stand, to infuse your energy into positive change, bringing in inspiration. So letting yourself understand that we are more and more allowing ourselves to be, in some ways, letting the light be embodied in the truth of who we are. So acknowledging the paradox as well, is that even though we're having these incredible technological leaps, but also recognizing that the greatest leap is really allowing ourselves to progress in the light of the truth of who we are, and allowing the spotlight on your human soul and its wisdom, that the soul is sovereign and it serves, just in terms of a personal reminder, and just bringing it out in terms of the societal messaging. So questions to ask is, who are you as a soul? Why do you inhabit this vessel, this body, this human? As stewards of your own essence, letting yourself step into that role of the stewardship, of understanding that you're in a stewardship, an ambassadorship, if you will, and letting yourself embrace that. For within the sovereignty of your soul lies the potential to shape a more compassionate, conscious world. So really letting yourself, this theme is all about nurturing your inner light, your soul's journey, letting yourself really consider the concept of the relationship with the human and the soul. What does soul embodiment mean? What is it about the connection between the soul and the human? And in some ways, the human having this connection of the soul custodianship, if you will, or if you will, soul's stewardship. And that just basically means the responsibility for the safety and well-being for someone or something, or in this case, to allow the soul light to shine through. Your human has a contract with your soul. Your human has soul custodianship. You have a stewardship of your soul. It means then your human has a responsibility for the safety and well-being of your soul to be able to light and shine through the human, for your soul light to be embodied through your human. And by the way, it's not guaranteed that it's just going to poof magically happen. This is where you have to let yourself do the clearing work of clear negative energies, frequencies, vibrations, patterns that are blocking the ability for your light to shine through. So remembering that you have a soul custodianship, a soul stewardship. So when you're wondering what your purpose is to be light in physical form. Your purpose for your human is to allow yourself to be responsible for the safety and well-being of your soul light to shine through. Imagine standing tall, guarding your brilliance of your light, revealing it to the world. Each of us possesses a distinct, unique light and significance. And yes, that light includes you. You are uniquely magnificent with the light brilliance. You are magnificent Now step into the role, be your own protector. Be your own protector. And with that, which is really interesting because this was all downloaded to me a couple days ago. And today, as it so happens, I went on to social media at this certain time, and in it, I somehow ended up on this one site that I don't often go on to. And they were talking about this new Beyonce song. And I didn't even understand what they were talking about at first because I was like, huh? And it said protector. And I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean, protector? And then I realized, oh, it must be a new song that came out, which I thought, gosh, that's so incredibly amazing because the timing of this, because again, one of the themes emerging this month is to be a protector of your soul's light. And how apropos, how magnificent the timing, the divine design timing, right? This is not a coincidence. And I had already written the word in, be your own protector. Now step into the role, be your own protector. And so Beyonce has a song, Protector, and she's talking about, you know, her relationship in terms of being a mom. But what's interesting is that you are a protector of your soul in the same way she's talking about being a protector for her child. And I'm just going to read a bit of the song. So it's called Protector and it's Beyonce's song, and it says, "And I will lead you down that road if you lose your way, born to be a protector. Even though I know someday you're going to shine on your own, I will be your projector." And I take that for be your projector in terms of light projector. And again, just born to be a protector. Even though I know someday you're going to shine your own, I will be your projector. And it's just so incredible how the connection of the timing of all this and the magnificence of, me just going online at the certain time. And I don't usually go in this one space, but I got called to, actually just somehow ended up there. And I was kind of like, hey, what am I reading? And yet, be your own protector. So be your own protector. And I don't mean that in a fearful way and in negativity, but more in the energy of love. And be your protector about your soul in terms of allowing your soul's light to come through. You are the protector of your soul, and you're human. That's your human's job. Your human's job is to be in soul custodianship, soul stewardship. You are a protector of your light. And that doesn't mean that you're not mindful or you're caught in fear. You're letting yourself connect into your heart, being in the energy of love and kindness and mindfulness and allowing your light to shine through. So let's dive even deeper into it. Ever wondered what it's like to be a steward of your own soul? Really take a moment to ponder in what aspects of your life that your light has just shined through. When you knew, like, wow, I'm in the presence of the truth of my light. Let yourself feel that moment. And then take a moment to ponder in what aspects of your life can your light shine even brighter? Where in your life can you exhibit more of your unique light and your uniqueness? Remember, you are exceptional. Letting yourself understand that you are able to harness this responsibility to allow to radiate your unique light brilliance into the surroundings. You are exceptional. You are extraordinary. And most important, you are indispensable. You are indispensable. You matter. And this is where strengthening that connection to that inner trust even more. And how far can you extend this sacred trust? How far can you extend this sacred trust? It's a thought as profound as the ocean's mysteries, the same oceanic blue that saturates April, enchanting, striking, and abundant. Letting yourself use your tools again and again, pause and reflect. Where can your light shine even brighter? Where in your life can you exhibit more of your exceptional light? And with it, letting yourself unveil your cosmic light essence. Beyond the stories you tell and the fears you harbor lies a deeper light truth. Listen closely. You are more than this moment. You are luminous. You are light. You are radiant. You are a celestial spark woven into the fabric of existence. Your energy dances with stardust, echoing the cosmos. You are wisdom, not borrowed, but innate. A beneficial code etched into your very being. It ripples through you like waves of light and insight. Your magnificence, it defies measure. You are a constellation of awe, a universe within skin. Remember this truth. You are astounding. You are brilliant. Let yourself ignite your light radiance, ignite your inner light radiance deep within you, coursing through every cell, every pulse of your heart, every synapse in your brain. Always dwells on knowledge in unwavering truth. This truth steadfastly stays aflame even when there is challenges or non-beneficial narratives flooding the external world. It is this awareness within you, this awareness of your own vibrancy, your own strength, your boundless capacity to love, remembering the truth of who you are. You are light in physical form. You have a soul that wants to radiate light out. And with that, my friends, for the next theme that's really interwoven within all of this is that community aspect. Since 2020, our world has witnessed significant shifts, and within our communities, separation became palpable. Now more than ever, we recognize the value of connection, real connection. People enter our lives for varying durations, and their impact is profound. Whether they've been with us for decades or just a season, consider these seasonal friendships, business partnerships, or fleeting romances. They matter. And now, if you're yearning for community, let yourself seize the moment. Energize yourself to gather new friends, perhaps 2 or 3 or more. Letting yourself be in community. And I know that sometimes it can feel easier to connect with like-minded souls because maybe it feels like people are more open. But letting yourself be open to whatever beneficial community resources there are, let yourself embrace it. Bring in wonder. Because this month is inviting you to weave stronger bonds, that means then you might step into a community that you've always been curious about, but maybe thought, oh, they seem different than me. But maybe you have more in common than you think. Or maybe there's something there for you to learn and grow, or for them to learn and grow from you, or both. We have so much more in common than not. So really letting yourself connect with community once again, if you haven't already. And with this, if bringing up community or friendships or relationships feels painful, if this stirs any pain or disappointment, let yourself explore that further. Why do you feel isolated? Was it a gradual process, or have you always carried this sense? And let yourself use tools to support yourself in terms of healing. And just remember to be kind to yourself and compassionate as you're doing this work. And if you need support, let yourself reach out if there's a practitioner that you work with or someone else. Let yourself reach out to get help, support, and be uplifted. Because everyone deserves to be supported and uplifted, especially in their time of need. And then when you're grounded and aligned and somebody else needs support, you'll be there to support, help, and uplift. Letting yourself receive what you need for your highest good and focus on healing. And when ready to really connect to community, let yourself invite new faces, nurture existing relationships as well. And if there's been any kind of ruptures in relationships, let yourself bring in tools to support the healing and repair. April's energy elevates this essential aspects of our lives and bringing healing and relationship with self and others. May your connections flourish and your heart find solace in community. And with that comes to our next theme, navigating transformation, the next theme of it. So we're returning once again to a theme from March, jagged energetics to grace, healing fire. So we are diving into the energetic currents that have shaped our journey. Imagine these energies again as a tempest, a storm of transformation, churning the waters of existence. This turbulence, characterized at times by jagged edges, may have been our companion. Now, as April unfolds, a shift may occur. Jagged energetics are moving into a healing phase. So the jagged energetics are moving into a healing phase. If you have weathered difficult circumstances or felt the strain on your nervous system, take heart. Healing awaits. Whether it's been weeks or months, this month marks a turning point, especially as we approach week 3. During this healing phase, this is where grace emerges. I think I already mentioned the word grace earlier. Tell ya, it's been a theme. I should have counted how many times I've heard grace or seen it in text or emails, or it's just popped up. So during this healing phase, though, grace emerges. Grace heals fire, a paradoxical pairing. Grace, with its soothing touch, opens space for restoration, for healing. Fire, too, holds dual potential, warm and bringing in that warmth and destruction. And that destruction, we're talking really that metaphorical in terms of clearing aspect to bring in the new for the highest good. Yet they can dance together. So consider this. Grace arrives after trials and challenges. It's not mere coincidence that these themes align. It's really grace soothes while fire transforms, and both are essential. So as jagged energetics yield to healing, remember this delicate balance. Embrace grace, even when there seems to be life's fiery trials. They coexist, shaping our path and supporting us for the highest good. So whether you're mending or rising, honor the dance of extremes, for within it lies our evolution. So remember to use your tools, energy healing, meditation, retraining the brain if you're connecting into that kind of work as well to support you. Doing nature walks, yoga, any modalities that are supporting you. Intend for the best and highest outcome. And when you're in the crux of that kind of storm, ask, what wisdom does this experience hold? What wisdom does this experience hold? What healing whispers awaits on the other side? What healing whispers waits on the other side? And remember, grace is your ally, Remember, grace is your ally. Grace is your ally. It's the balm that can support you in terms of healing. And it can oftentimes also help a weary human. So as we navigate any kind of clashing, jagged energy, let's also support ourselves and one another. For in our shared journey lies the promise of renewal. For we are in a rebirth, not only individually, but also in the collective. So may grace guide your steps and may fire ignite your resilience for the highest good. And so with that comes back to the point of embracing the dance of beginning and endings, which is what we talked about in the beginning. The progression and resolution, coming into resolution and coming into progression. Knowing then we are in a dance with it. So letting yourself embrace and use tools and embracing the changes, because this is a reoccurrent theme that we've been grappling with, that many have been grappling with, this concept of embracing changes, of being in the grace of endings to allow a beginning. And you might be experiencing a change in many ways in your life. It could be with career. It could be a shift in your relationships. It could be a living situation. Or you might be just undergoing a huge, significant transformation in your own self-perception that you didn't expect. It could be an intense spiritual awakening after a lifetime of being more down to earth and practical. There might be a feeling of the world suddenly opening up to you in a way that feels, for the human, a bit disorienting, because the reality you're accustomed to is morphing into something entirely unfamiliar. We're all having to grapple with embracing changes. But first, remember that energy is always actually in motion. We are vibrational beings, and we are in a physical world that is a constant state of flux. And so understanding that we're also individually and globally, we're in this major transition. This evolution impacts us personally as well as from a collective societal level. So if you feel inundated by the happenings around the world, remember that again, you're not merely an observer. You're part of it all. And even if you're more focused on your immediate environment, like your home, make no mistake, great changes are sweeping through your life too. And that's set in energy of love and care. So letting yourself understand to use tools to support you. And one thing to keep in mind while navigating any kind of shifts in terms of this uncertainty of change, even though it could be disorienting, understanding that through this clearing that's happening, that once that fog clears, it's offering room for creativity and new beginnings. once you truly let go to allow yourself to come to completion with it, once you surrender to the experience of completing and coming to an end, of being in resolution, it allows you to be in that progression of a new beginning and a new chapter. And remember, my friends, the ending of something is simultaneously the commencement of something new. Though you might not be able to discern the beginning amid the challenges of significant life changes, and also if you're experiencing grief and the challenge of letting go that it may invoke, remember that each ending is also a masked opportunity awaiting to unfold with time. In the uncertainty, creativity blooms. The unknown and a different landscape beckons. Imagine it as a canvas awaiting brushstrokes. Endings, though bittersweet, birth beginnings unseen. Grief and letting go are layers to unravel, but remember, each ending conceals a hidden genesis, a promise yet unmeant. And as we traverse the shifting terrain, embrace the paradox. Uncertainty births creativity. Uncertainty births creativity. Loss births renewal. The dance continues, and we collectively and individually move through the thresholds. So, fellow traveler, my friends, step into the unknown, because there, even in the chaos, lies the canvas of your next chapter that you're stepping through. And may you remember the truth of who you are. Remember to pause, because there's power in the pause. And may your transition be guided by grace, and may your endings birth new beginnings that are beyond your even imagination, that are bringing in true wonder and splendor. And with that, my friends, may you weather the storms with grace and emerge stronger. Remember the power of the pause, subtle yet potent. And wait for the calm spot in the ocean before diving in. And as you navigate these possibly choppy waters, prioritize self-care. And remember, sensitivity awakens beneficially and strengthens your connection oftentimes to your heart and your higher self soul. And there's great healing happening. And allow your light to shine through. So my wish for you this April, my friends, let its energy infuse your being. Imagine it as sunlight warming dormant seeds within. Let yourself feel the urge to move, to leap, letting yourself shift and be in transformation, following your insightful instincts, connecting to that inner trust, the light of the truth of who you are, your higher self soul, trusting the wisdom bubbling up from your core. It's ancient, primal, and uniquely yours. I hope this energy this month invigorates your spirit, sparks your drive to move, to be inspired, to jump, to wholeheartedly trust in your innate, beautiful wisdom that ceaselessly flows from the depths within you. Choose to heed its call over your uncertainties. Embrace your authentic self. Face the rising tides, the pressure with your unique brilliance, and flourish. Let yourself drown out the doubt when it whispers. Listen instead to your inner light compass. Be unapologetically you with love, compassion of the light of your soul. And when life presses, meet it with your own light magnificence. Thrive, my friend, thrive, thrive. Let's take a moment right now to take a nice deep breath. Being in the presence of this energy, letting yourself feel your true light brilliance, being in gratitude for all the healing that was already received and the magnificence that you are and the progression of your transformation that you're moving into with ease, grace, harmony, the light of the truth of who you are for the highest good and gratitude. And with that, my friends, that is the end of the energy forecast for April 2024. And I just have a few things to mention. If you are benefiting, my friends, from this podcast in any way, please consider supporting this podcast by either becoming a paid podcast member or joining the Inspiring You Patreon. There is a level just for the podcast, and it is $5 to support the Inspiring You podcast. It is a considerable to do these podcasts, which now I'm also sharing on YouTube as well. It just takes a considerable amount of time and effort to put it all together. And even $5 a month can really go to a lot in terms of support. And I appreciate any support to continue. Also, I'll be hosting a live session on Saturday, April 6th on Zoom, where I will be guiding everybody through a Reiki and dowsing energy session based on the energies of the month. And it is designed to promote well-being and also supporting resetting your nervous system. It is all about supporting and connecting to the energies of the month and to clear anything that's non-beneficial and to allow to support anything that would help you in this month. It is a very transformative session, and everybody who does it monthly says it helps them considerable in helping them throughout the month. It is something that you can listen to again and again. The replay is sent. This gentle yet powerful practice can be such a valuable tool to navigate towards alignment and comfort throughout April and on the journey towards also the summer solstice. You can buy this as a one-off for $25, or I will tell you the better deal is actually to either become a paid podcast subscriber, because then not only do you get that, but you also get all the monthly recordings and you get access to the library on the paid podcast, which there is a ton of energy healing meditations and tools in the paid podcast. Or you could, if you are interested in taking live classes and also receiving the replays, that is where the Inspiring You Patreon comes in. And so for that level, it would be the all access level, but you would get this dowsing the beginning of the month, and you'd also get a second dowsing session at the ending of the month. You also get access to the mindful Reiki energy healing meditations that happen. And there's one in the beginning of the month. And then there's also a mindful Reiki intention setting retreat at the end of the month, which, by the way, that retreat is usually about 2 hours long. It's live over Zoom. The replay is done afterwards, and we Reiki all the intentions as well. And you get access to all the library of all the meditations and so much more. And that all access is only $50. I can't tell you, you get so much in it. And we're actually just completing a course right now, which has just been so incredible from me and everybody else that's gone through it. But again, you can sign up. The link will be in the show notes. And I just so appreciate it. And I have just been so loving doing the Inspiring You Patreon is really new for me, and I've just been loving it. I love doing live classes on there, and I also love then it just the organization of the replays. The former producer from Television to Me just really appreciates the organizational ability that I have with that capability. So, my friends, I just so appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you are learning from and enjoying this podcast, whether you're listening to it on my podcast or if you're actually on YouTube, however you are finding it, please subscribe, my friends. It is a easy way to support us. and it also creates abundance for all of us. Please subscribe to the podcast, whether you're on Spotify, Apple, or if you are on the YouTube channel, please subscribe. Also, if you are on the podcast, you can also leave us a 5-star review. And also would love to just hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment sections on Spotify, Apple, or on YouTube. And again, if you are interested, check out our paid podcast membership and our Patreon memberships. And our Patreon memberships, you just both of them, there's a ton of tools, energy healing, meditations, and so much more. And also, it's just a great way to support the podcast and all the content. And if you aren't following me on social media, you can do so by going to following on inspiringyou.co. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and now on YouTube is the Inspiring You Show. Before we go, we always want to de-link, so please say this after me if this resonates with you. I asked to break the links from this podcast, from this episode. I asked to break the links with this talk. I asked to break the Reiki links, leaving only harmony and balance at either ends. I also asked to clear any residual energies being held in my body as a result of these links. I asked light Reiki to fill all the voids, cells, rejuvenating, refreshing, revitalizing for my highest good with ease and grace. And so it is. May peace be with all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. And may your soul's journey be illuminated by purpose and authenticity. Much, much love, my friends.